What's going on, y'all? I am here for my WWE Fastlane predictions. I think it's 7 matches on the card tonight, and all of them with probably with huge WrestleMania implications. Now, obviously, this is a Raw pay-per-view, and a lot of people have been kind of bashing Raw ever since the brand extension. Raw's kind of fell off. I mean, they've had their moments, you know. Obviously, the biggest moment of the brand extension was you remember the Fatal 4-Way Universal title match right after SummerSlam, after Finn Balor had to relinquish the title due to injury. Big Cass, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and obviously the moment of, the moment of the brand extension as a whole, when Triple H turns on Seth Rollins and hands the Universal Championship to Kevin Owens. Other than that, kind of not really that many good moments for all. I give them the segment before the Royal Rumble with the Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, and Goldberg ending. That was pretty raw though. That was pretty raw having those three guys in the ring at the same time. That was pretty dope. But hopefully, we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on tonight, man. It's a stacked card. It should be, well, hopefully it should be good. So it should be a good show. Hopefully, it is a good show. First match we want to talk about is the match that will be on the kickoff show. Cruiserweight tag team matchup. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Akira Tozawa teaming up with Rich Swann versus Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. Of course, if y'all follow the Cruiserweight division, you guys know that Kendrick and Swann are two of the 4 inaugural Cruiserweight champions, or however you want to say it, but they're former Cruiserweight champions. Tozawa's really been getting, I think Tozawa's been really getting some push, man, getting some heat. But then, of course, Noam Dar, you know him from the feud with Cedric Alexander over Alicia Fox. Yo, it's fucking hilarious when he says that. But I think the heels will get the victory in this one. I think Kendrick and Swann will get the victory. Excuse me, Kendrick and Dar will get the victory over Swann and Tozawa. I think probably maybe building something toward Mania, probably might be like a battle royal or something for the #1 contendership for the cruiserweight title, or something like that. I think cause the cruiserweights are kind of exciting, man. I haven't caught 205 Live as a show, but I've seen some of the matches. Like they say, it's kind of most exciting hour in in sports entertainment. Because the matches are high flying, and the guys flying everywhere. You don't know which way they're going. But yeah, I think Kendrick and Dar will get the W in that match. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that match or not. I'll probably catch it on a regular pay-per-view. But hey, match number 2 will be for the WWE. Well, I'm sorry, for the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Club defending the tag team titles against Enzo and Cass. Now the Club has just kind of started their title reign, and I don't believe that it's going to come to the end right now. Of course, but we've seen recently a string of short title reigns, in different divisions. I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight, but in my gut, I feel like the Club will retain the Raw Tag Team Championships, in some sort of a bad finish or like a disqualification of some sort. I mean, other than New Day, Enzo and Cass is probably the most watched tag team in WWE right now. I mean, I know a lot of guys feel that Enzo is corny and Cass deserves to be on his own, because Cass really showed, he has really shown that he's gonna be something on his own, man. I tell you that much. But yeah, I think the Club will retain the Raw Tag Team titles tonight in some sort of a fluky finish, like either a disqualification or referee is knocked out or distracted or something, and then it's some kind of a bad freaky finish, and I believe that's going to set up a rematch at WrestleMania, which will culminate in Enzo and Cass finally getting their winning a tag team championship. Because I mean, and if you follow NXT, they were the longest team in NXT. I think they were the longest tenured tag team in NXT, but they never won the NXT tag team titles. And I think WWE is kind of setting them up, like I said, because they're a popular tag team. They're over with the fans. Everybody loves and hates Enzo. I think that WWE is going to give them their crowning moment at WWE, at WrestleMania. I think they're going to give them that time to actually win their first ever tag team titles. I could be wrong. I mean, they might give Enzo and Cass the tag titles tonight, but I doubt it. I think they're going to save that for WrestleMania. We talked about the cruiserweight title match. Excuse me, the cruiserweight tag team match to start the kickoff show. But now we're going to talk about the actual cruiserweight title match between the champion Neville against the gentleman. I forgot the other big name. The gentleman Jack Gallagher. Jack Gallagher's been getting a lot of push. He's been getting a lot of push, but I think that creative Vince and whoever, I think they're really in love with this brash and badass Neville. I mean, I'm digging it. The Neville in NXT, he was always the nice guy, always a good guy. And before he got injured, before he came back, when he was called up to the main roster, he's kind of been a jobber. Now he comes back in his own division where he can dominate the competition. I think he retains tonight, and to be honest, I really think that Neville's going to hold this cruiserweight title for a minute. It might not be till next SummerSlam when Neville actually loses the title. Well, I'll say this: he'll lose the title when he'll probably lose. The next man up is probably going to be Austin Aries. After he gets cleared and all that, he's going to lose. He'll lose the title to Austin Aries. I don't know when Aries is supposed to be getting cleared. Like I said, I don't follow wrestling like that. I just watch shows, But I think Aries will be the next man up. I don't know. Aries might be ready for WrestleMania. I think they say he was cleared. I'm not sure, but Aries. I said Aries. Neville retains tonight over Jack Gallagher. Now we have the, again, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Obviously, Jax has been booked as the powerhouse of the women's division because she is. She's just been running roughshod over all the women, Bayley, Sasha, well, everybody but Charlotte, but because both of them being heels. Jax got the W at a Royal Rumble over Sasha, and then ever since that match, Sasha with the knee injury, the attack on Sasha, she was before the show. And all the other stuff, I think they're really trying to build up Nia Jax's character, and I think I heard that Banks is supposed to have a heel turn coming up soon. So I think for that matter, I think Jax will get the W tonight. I think Jax will get the W tonight. I mean, I've seen that they were thinking about that. I've seen that there was a rumor that it was going to be a fatal 4-way title match at WrestleMania between Banks, Jax, and then Bailey and Charlotte. I think that'd be awesome. Because, I mean, that triple threat between Banks, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch last year was awesome. We really put the women's division back on the map. And I think that would be a great match to put on. You know, then probably had that heel turn for Banks against Bailey or something like that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I think Nia Jax will come up with the W tonight. Like I said, that's just setting up Sasha and Bailey in the future. Maybe not for the title, but you know that friends becoming that best friend, bitter enemy, you know, type of storyline. The Triple H and Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, John Cena type storyline coming up, just like in NXT. Next, this is kind of an interesting matchup. It's Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. Now, for some reason, I believe that this match was set up basically off of Seth Rollins' injury. I mean, you know, Samoa Joe makes his debut. Well, Triple H comes and calls out Rollins for taking over NXT TakeOver. You know, was it Toronto? You know, he comes out. You know, Rollins comes out, looking to have a battle with Triple H. Then Samoa Joe comes and attacks him. You know, obviously it was an accident, but you know, after he pushed Rollins in the chokehold, and then Joe brings Rollins down. Rollins tears his MCL. I don't know if he'll be able to go for WrestleMania, but I think all signs are kind of leading toward he will be ready for WrestleMania. But I just think this is a fill-in. I mean, Rollins gets injured, and then you know, Sami Zayn. I mean, it looked like Fastlane would be Zayn's opportunity to face Chris Jericho for the United States title, but with Rollins getting injured, I think, you know, creative just made this match. You know, they I think that kind of forced them to stop the Chris Jericho Kevin Owens love fest to set up their feud. You know, in which Kevin Owens turned on Chris Jericho at the Festival of Friendship. So I really think Sami Zayn is just a victim of circumstance in this situation. You know, not only do you have your title shot being taken away, now you have to go up against the hottest thing in wrestling right now, which is Samoa Joe on the main roster. Yes, I think Joe will get the win tonight. You know, Sami Zayn, he'll put up the underdog fight as they usually have him do. He'll get beat down most of the match, but then he'll have his moments, and then I think Joe will put him in a choke and choke him out. You know, for the end of that match. But yeah, again, I think this match is all set up off of Rollins' injury, because it was supposed to be Rollins and Joe it was really supposed to be Rollins and Joe tonight, but Rollins got injured, you know, obviously leading up to WrestleMania. And I really thought Zayn would get that title shot against Jericho, but because of Rollins' injury, they kind of I think they just called an audible. And it's like, okay, we'll end Kevin Owens and Jericho here to set them up at WrestleMania, you know, and then give Goldberg a meaningless title shot. I don't know why. I'll get to that later though. Next up is everybody's favorite wrestler, Roman Reigns, versus the monster Braun Strowman. Man, that dude Strowman is a beast, dog. I mean, to be that big, to be that big and that athletic, man. I mean, the way that dude came up out the what's the name, you know, in the match against the Big Show. By the way, that was. Other than that moment, I really didn't like that match. That was was really a cringy match the whole time. It was everybody talking about how great it was. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was that great. I think it was cringy. You know, especially with Strowman's power slams. Like, come on, y'all could have made it more impressive than that. I know Big Show is is big up, but he slimmed down. He's say down to 400, down to under 450 pounds. I guess being 7 foot tall was an issue too. But I really didn't dig that match like everyone else did, or like it was hyped up to be. But yeah, at one time this was before the Royal Rumble. This was rumored to be the WrestleMania main event with Roman Reigns being the Universal Champion. I mean, the people and I remember when that came out, people were going ballistic. You know, especially with the thought of Reigns being champion again so soon. You know, he's already a 3-time world champion. But I mean, everyone knows that Reigns is Vince McMahon's favorite. Obviously, as many people believe that Reigns will be the next face of the WWE, as John Cena was. But I mean, I don't see it in Reigns. I mean, but I ain't one of them guys that's just gonna boo Reigns. Yeah, he has a limited skill set. Yes, he's not that good on the mic, but he's getting better. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, but as far as this match goes, I believe Reigns has The Undertaker coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with Strowman as of yet. I mean, he might have another match with Big Show because it sounded like the Big Show and Shaq match is kind of falling through. I don't know. That was the last I heard. It looks like the Big Show and Shaq match is going to be falling through. But I think Strowman will get the win. And he'll probably. I'm trying to think of what Strowman would do for Mania. Strowman will probably be. He might be in the Andre the Giant Memorial. I mean, if he doesn't get another match by then, I don't know. But yeah, I think Strowman will get the victory. He'll kind of send Reigns on a bad end, but this will start to build his match with The Undertaker coming up. Next up is the Raw Women's Championship match. Bayley, the champion, defending against Charlotte Flair. Now, again, a lot of people think, including myself, that this is a repeat of the Charlotte-Sasha feud, where Bayley, just like Sasha, beat Charlotte on Raw for the Raw Women's Championship. Of course, everyone knows. Ever since Charlotte Flair has debuted on the main roster, she has not lost at a WWE pay-per-view. I forgot what the record that is, but she has not lost, and I think she wins the title back tonight. I mean, I don't know what this is with playing hot potato with Charlotte Flair with the championship. I mean, hell, are they trying to make her a 16-time champion like her father? I don't know, but I really don't dig this. I mean, Charlotte's been at the top for well over a year. But this brand split has really kind of taken a bad turn for the women's division. I mean, people love the SmackDown women's division overall. I mean, SmackDown, you got Becky Lynch, the champion Bliss, Naomi, Natalya, Carmella, Nikki Bella, who might be retiring after WrestleMania. And then you got on Raw, you have Sasha, you have Bayley, you have Charlotte, and you have Nia Jax, and then Alicia Fox.
Kevin, I noticed according to the official stats that he does not have a field goal today. I thought he's supposed to be.
I mean, I understand what Raw is doing. You know, Raw's the flagship show. You know, they have the three most known names in the women's division. But you know, I mean, that Sasha and Charlotte feud threw me away from Raw, from the Raw women's division. I mean, playing hot potato with the championship, that just wasn't fair to Sasha. I know there was some stuff about Vince wasn't happy with Sasha, maybe because of the injuries that she suffered, you know, during her reign or lack thereof as champion. And you know, the thing about thing about Vince not trusting her as a champion. I don't know, man. I just feel that Sasha Banks is being done a bad deal. I think Bayley will benefit off of it. Actually, I mean, I believe that she will lose the title tonight to Charlotte. Charlotte will hold it to WrestleMania, and then I believe Bayley will beat Charlotte at WrestleMania to end her undefeated streak. You know, a lot of people don't like Bayley because they feel that they're building up Bayley as the female John Cena, which I can definitely see because the gimmick being over with kids. And then plus a lot of people don't like the fact that Bayley's finisher is just a simple belly to belly suplex, but you know, it is what it is. But like I said, I believe Charlotte will get the victory tonight and she will regain her Raw Women's title. But I do believe she will lose at WrestleMania, though, unless something drastic changes. And then we have the main event. I don't know what to think about this, man. I don't know what to think about this. The Universal title will be on the line. Kevin Owens against Goldberg. Kevin Owens defending the title against Goldberg. I mean, this is obviously a 1 week deal. Just like Cena's 16th title run. It's obviously a one bag deal. I mean, some people are saying Goldberg is going to win tonight. I just don't see. I mean, because Goldberg is the match is already set. Goldberg and Lesnar at WrestleMania 3. You know, Goldberg and Lesnar 3. I just don't know about this, man. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this, you see my feelings and you see where I'm going with this. Yes, Kevin Owens is going to retain the title. Now, the only thing is how. The only thing is how he will retain the title. Because I do believe Lesnar will come out and distract Goldberg and cost him, maybe give him an F5 or something, or, you know, or something like the referee will be knocked out, or something like this, like Goldberg sets up for the spear and the referee's right behind Owens, and Owens gets out of the way and Goldberg spears the hell out the referee, and and then Lesnar comes out and they fight, and then Lesnar hits Goldberg with an F5, and then maybe Jericho gets involved tonight too. Maybe Jericho gets involved tonight and fights with Owens, kind of setting up their match. I just don't see a Kevin Owens Jericho match being meaningful if it's not for the Universal title, because of the many times Jericho has helped Owens retain the title during Owens' reign. You know, I don't see why they'd have Goldberg winning the title. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. I just don't see it. Just let Goldberg and Lesnar go on to. This is just a meaningless match to me. I just can't believe this match is made. Basically because of nostalgia. You know, Goldberg getting another title run for the generation of wrestling fans who watched him dominate WCW back in the '90s. You know, that's the nostalgia factor. It's gotta be this gotta be something real good that's gonna have to happen. You know, for me to to rethink what's gonna happen here. You know, yes, Owens retains for like something fluky, some type of fluky way. You know, like I said, Lesnar comes out and attacks Goldberg, or Jericho comes out and attacks Owens, and Owens retains the title due to disqualification or something like that. You know, I don't know, man. I don't like this. You know, I don't like that Goldberg's even going through with this. You know what I'm saying? I really don't dig it. You know, that whole maybe do you have one last title run in you? You know, all that stuff. No, man. You know you ain't got no title run in you. Man, can't even hold the title for a week. I mean, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, stranger things have happened. So, you know, Cena's 16th title run was 2 weeks. So I don't know. I mean, I believe Kevin Owens winning tonight, and you know, I think all champions retain except for Bayley. You know, all champions retain except for Bayley. She'll lose to Charlotte. Again, I have Kendrick and Dar winning the cruiserweight tag match on the kickoff show. I think Jax beats Banks again, and I think Strowman will beat Reigns. Yeah, but all champions retain except for Bayley, the Club, Neville, and Owens. You know, and then Charlotte wins back the title tonight. But I think only to lose it at WrestleMania. But you know, that's my opinions for Fastlane tonight. Let me know your opinions. You know, hey, leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later on as I will react to the Fastlane matches. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see y'all later.